When we think of our children's future, we often imagine potential, limitless, bright, and beautiful. We picture them becoming scientists, writers, engineers, leaders, dreamers. But what if I told you that the very culture surrounding them, one they're steeped in every day, might actually be dimming that light? Anti-intellectualism is a phenomenon that can be defined as the resistance or hostility toward knowledge, expertise, and even critical thinking. And this phenomenon has become a quiet current in our culture. It's not always loud or obvious. Sometimes it's even subtle. A dismissive laugh at a kid who just wants an A in a class. A TikTok mocking scientists. A parent sighing when their child asks too many questions. Sometimes it's the pressure to conform, to not overthink, to not seem too small. These small moments, they collect, they're cumulative. And like water dripping on a stone, they wear down the very value we place on thought, curiosity, and intellect. Children don't just absorb information from school, they absorb the world, from what they hear at home, from what we validate or ignore. And we can even sense that they have deep thought, questioning, or reading. And we can also see that their environment could actually deem it as uncool or pointless. These children actually end up learning to hide these instincts. They learn to shrink, to become lesser, and to withhold their own potential. Mark Barleen, in The Anti-Intellectual Environment of American Teens, shares a troubling truth. And that truth is that young people today are growing more distant from critical thinking and serious reading, not because they aren't capable, but because they live in a culture that doesn't even encourage it. And sometimes that culture can even begin at home. These tiny, everyday moments shape who our children believe they're allowed to become. But here's the good news. No one has more influence on a child than you do. You hold way more power than any textbook, any TikTok trend, or any school curriculum ever could. A 2023 National Parents Union poll revealed that while parents are curious about using technology like AI in education, many feel unsure. Many even feel fearful. And honestly, the hesitation is valid. But it can't become silence, because silence gets filled. That silence gets filled with misinformation, with distraction, with sensationalism, with the idea that thinking is a burden instead of a gift. Now, you don't need all the answers. You just need to show your child that questions are welcome, that wonder is welcome, that it's okay to dream, that it's okay to have ambition. Every person deserves the right to have ambition. They need to know that learning is not just a school thing, but it's a value that can be held and withheld by a family for generations. And fighting back, well, it doesn't have to be dramatic. It's actually just about presence. It's about what you praise. It's about what you engage and what you make space for in your home and for your environment for your kid. Dr. Melanie Fulig wrote in the Globe and Mail that intellectual development is not just about grades. It's about learning how to live with complexity, with compassion, and with curiosity. So what can you do? Attend school science nights even if you're tired. Ask your kids not just what they learn, but what they even wonder about. You can even read together, even if it's just 5 pages. You guys can even listen to a podcast in the car and ask, what did you think about that? You can also encourage the why questions. And don't be afraid to say, let's figure it out together. These small acts, they build thinkers, they build confidence. They build the kinds of minds the world desperately needs right now. And so this is your invitation. Be the reason your child loves to learn. Be the first line of defense against a culture that says thinking is exhausting or unnecessary or even elitist. Be the one who shows them that asking why is more powerful than saying whatever. Because every great thinker started with someone who believed in the curiosity, somebody who believed in their ambition. We need you, not just to raise students who can pass tests, but to raise humans who can actually just challenge the world with heart, with passion, with hope. Start the conversation. Nurture the curiosity and help shape the future for your kids.